Hey sports fans, I have in my hand the Allway OE10. And of all the in-ear monitors and all the headphones and all the bone conducting and all of the other things that I've ever reviewed, these were actually quite curious to me. So Allway sent this to me and said, tell us what you think. So I'm going to tell you what I think. It's just different. And I'm not sure that these actually achieve what they're meant to achieve, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. So I'll stop waffling, let's talk about them. So Bose obviously have an open ear earphone. Now they've just announced actually they're going to discontinue it. And I think that part of the reason they're going to discontinue it is there's a lot of competition on the market now from companies like Clear, like Allway, who are coming out with pretty impactful open ear headphones that work and that are a heck of a lot cheaper. So I can understand why Bose may have made that decision. When I first got the Allway and I got the box, I thought, okay, I mean, no offense Allway, but I wasn't really feeling too confident in what was going to come out of this. But then what came out of it was quite cool. I'll hold it up. It's quite a cool case. It has a zipper around the outside, and then on the inside, the earbuds just hang there. So it's kind of got a hard internal and almost a fabric external, if that makes sense, which is a little bit different, right, to the normal kind of hard shell, you know, true wireless earbuds that we're used to playing with. Now, they are Bluetooth, and I'll get straight into how they fit. So they're obviously perfect and really aimed at people that are doing sports and stuff, right? People are outdoors who still need to hear what's going on in their surroundings. So I'm just gonna put them on my ears. TWS connected. She's got a cute voice. There we go. So they're quite curious. You know, the way they fit on the ear, they're quite large. Like I put these on and I had a few people going, what's that on your ear? And then I tried them out with a few young sports fans and they were like, wow, those are cool. So I've been wearing them on and off. I wore them camping. I thought, where else? You know, I want to have music and be out there sitting around the campfire doing my camping thing, but being able to hear, you know, what's going on around me. And I don't mean, it was like campsite. It wasn't like I was in nature, so I wasn't ruining the natural experience. So they fit over your ears. They pair like any other Bluetooth headset, and then you can just play music. Now, I think you can see, but I can still get my finger in my ear there because these are sitting up and above. So these are very directional and they fire the audio straight kind of down into your ear, which leaves the ear open. Now, here's a curious thing for me, is that when I have these on, yes, I've got an open ear, but there's actually, it's good sound. I can't take away from them. They actually sound really good, especially compared to a bone conducting one, but I still couldn't really hear a lot around me. So, and the volume wasn't super high, so they sound good. They leave your ear open. You know, they're comfortable. I've done the mosh pit test and, running around camping and, they didn't come off. But I'm not sure that I could hear that much more around me than if I had kind of like just silicon tip earbuds, not like really well sealed ones. So they definitely give you more spatial awareness, just not as much as I expected. I would definitely feel safer running with these in a city or doing sports anywhere where I had to hear traffic or, keep an ear out for other things. I've worn them around the house and tried to be interactive with my family while listening to music. So you definitely do hear more, but just not as much as I would have expected. And that's kind of a good and a bad thing. The good thing is the music sounds good. The bad thing is perhaps the open ear doesn't really kind of overwrite those. To put them on, as the instruction manual will tell you when you buy them, they're straight over the ear and then they kind of twist. I don't know if you see that, they kind of twist. So you put them over your ear and then you push them in against your ear because they'll go over like that and then you'll kind of push them in to the top of your concha or whatever you call it in biological terms. And that was fine for me, but I did find that after a little while, this right one, every time I touch them, I'm touching the controls, the right one kind of moved off a little bit. Now, it didn't affect how it rested on my head. It was fine, it still stayed on there really well. But I almost felt like I was missing out on a little bit of the music because it's so directional. As that kind of little earbud was moving off my ear, I kind of just wanted it to push it in a little bit harder and have it stick. Now, some of this will depend on how your ears are shaped. Overall, still a great experience, still sounded good. I just, being an audiophile, I want to maximize the sound and the quality and stuff like that. So there is also a companion app. Unfortunately for me, it was crashing every time I went to open it, but you can do normal things like see the battery, adjust your smart speaker assistant, you know, preferences, and do a few kind of minor things like that. So it's probably not something that I would bother using very much, but you know, it's there if you need it, and you can connect multiple Allway devices and Allway make a whole lot of stuff. Quality on these is really good. I mean, the case is still weird to me, but it is nice, you know, it's nice having something that's a little bit different. It's a USB-C charging slot at the back there. The build quality of the units themselves is really nice because it's kind of like a svelty plastic rather than just like a hard tacky plastic, you know, which makes it a lot more comfortable to wear. They are, as I say, a little bit large, but in terms of just the overall build quality and the quality of the, you know, manufacturing and the materials, really very good. Tech specs are always a little bit weird with these ones because it's not like you would, you know, listen, you might rate it, but you might not listen to it in terms of like 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz and, you know, it's a V shape, or this is how it's there, you know, the music's there. There is actually bass in it, which surprised me, you know, as opposed to something like a bone conducting headphone, which is really just a driver pounding frequencies into your skull. This has some personality to them. The driver, I believe, is a 16.2 millimeter, and I'm not sure if that's circular or how they output that audio. So for less than $100, you're getting over the ear, open ear, really good quality, decent sounding. Don't compare them to normal headphones or earbuds or in-ear monitors. This is not the in-ear monitors you were searching for. These are really, really good, and I did enjoy wearing them. I didn't find the comfort to be a 10 out of 10, but different ears will experience them differently. If you're into sports, I wouldn't necessarily wear these kayaking or in water sports, but if you're into, you know, some tennis, some running, those kind of like dry land sports, then these are a really cool little unit that have pleasantly surprised me. And when I had them camping and when I've been wearing them here in the studio and testing them and walking around with them, yeah, pretty good. So 4 out of 5 for these. Yeah, I think if they were just a little bit more comfortable, if that side just stayed in a little bit on this particular ear for me, and if the app had worked for me, then I think a higher score, but definitely a 4 out of 5. Maybe a little bit higher. Obviously I'm going to do incrementals of 0.5, but you know, maybe we get a 4.2, 4.25 overall. Check out the metrics on the full review on the website, which will also have all the HD photos as well, so you can see those and take them in a little bit better. That's it for me for the Allway OE10. Thanks to Allway for sending these to me, and any questions, fire them in the comments below. Bye for now.